Hello everyone, and welcome. Today we have a speed build, and this is the little darling that we are building today. We are building in Tomarang, and it will be a modern home. So I thought we would revisit the modern home Tomarang concept because I enjoyed doing that so much in the last modern home Tomarang build that I did that I wanted to do it again. This is a bit of a different build from what I did last time with the modern home. So, I hope you enjoy it. I had a lot of fun creating this particular build. It did take me a little bit of time just to figure out how to shape it and get the shape that I wanted, because I was using an inspiration for this build. So I was actually trying to follow the shape of the house as true as I could to the inspiration that I had. And I'll see if I can put the inspiration up on the screen for you. And you know what? I don't even know if I know where it is. I say that, I'm just like, oh, what did I do with it? It might be on Pinterest somewhere. I'll have a look. If I can find it, I'll put it up. If I can't, then you guys can just enjoy what I did as far as that goes. Now, don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure that you do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can get a notification next time I have a video up, which is every day. So I have a Sims video up every day, and then I have a couple of other games that do pop up on the channel as well. So Planet Zoo comes out on Mondays my time, and also I have Farmers Dynasty, Medieval Dynasty, and I think that's about it that crop up on Sundays now and then as well. So keep an eye out for those if you're interested in those. I am streaming these days as well, so you can catch me on Twitch, VelvettB. On there if you want to catch some streams. I have Sims 4 gameplay and Sims 4 builds as well, just like this one, although a little bit slower because this is a speed build. So I kind of had this idea in my head that I wanted to do like a little bit of a sunroof kind of thing going on here. So this is kind of why I'm doing the separate roofs and trying to make that work. Because I did have a sunroof in my mind. There was like a gap between the roofing, so I'm just filling filling that in at the moment and creating like another chimney, because that filled the gap quite nicely. I was like, what can I do with this space? And I was like, I know what I can do. I can do a little chimney. So I created a little chimney around the back as well as one around the front. So now just trying to remember, I think this might be a limited pack build. At the moment, I think it is, possibly. I actually cannot remember for the life of me. We've sort of gone through the whole Christmas, New Year's kind of thing, and I built that before Christmas, New Year's. And I'm just, it's taken me a while to get around to editing it, because I've been busy. I'm busy having a life and spending some time with the family. So getting back into it this week on the channel. And yeah, there's some stuff here that I created over the break or before the break, and I can't really remember if it was a limited pack or not. I feel like it was, but oh, you know what? I think it might be, I did For Rent, Cats and Dogs, and the Jungle Adventure pack, possibly. No. That's not right. I don't know. I'll stop waffling. I have no idea. So it's starting to take shape here. I will skip over some of the landscaping because I was just faffing around with it for ages. Just trying to make it work. So yeah, I sort of skipped over a bit there, and it's just sort of working out how I wanted the plants to place and how that was going. I am in debug for this because we didn't get any plants with the For Rent pack. And so the only way to get the For Rent plants is to go into debug, which is a little frustrating because look at that plant there. I mean, that's a lovely plant. Why wouldn't I want to use that, and why wasn't it in the pack? Confusing as, because it's a jungle world, we got 0 plants in a jungle world. I don't know. It's bizarre. Anywho, I did have quite a bit of a challenge trying to work out what I wanted to do with the plants on the upper level. Yeah, I don't do plants on the upper level all that often. It's actually something I want to do more of because I do think it looks super cute. But it was quite challenging just to try and find plants that I thought worked without being OTT or over the top. So yeah, I was fussing around with that for ages. So now it's time to get on to the colors on the outside of the build. So just getting the swatches and stuff right there. So what am I using? I'm definitely using Seasons, Cats and Dogs, For Rent, Jungle Adventure. It's definitely a limited pack build, and Eco Lifestyle and Island Living. I think that's, yeah, it's a limited pack with those packs that I've just listed there. Just from looking at what options are available on the screen. And you can see it's starting to take shape with the colors, and I'm just using mainly white and using that little bit of brown contrast on the front, stone on the little column slash fireplace column. But yeah, keeping it pretty light and bright. I felt like going with sort of the white, light and bright really worked really nicely in Tomarang, because, you know, you don't sort of expect the darker colors there. You kind of more get the lighter and brighter kind of colors. That's more the vibe of the world. So that's what I wanted to go with in this particular build as far as colors went. So that's what I did. And I've created like a little cute little back area. Oh, this is not an apartment build or anything like that. It's just designed as a single occupancy kind of home. What did I end up doing? I think it's 2-bedroom and 1.5 baths, I think. We'll see how this turns out. So, I mean, in theory, you could probably split it up if you wanted to. If you wanted to rent out a room or something like that, I mean, I think you probably could. But I haven't designed it as a rental unit. I've just designed it as a residential. So, but if you want to get it from the gallery, it's VelvettB on the gallery, and you can do as you please with it. There you go. I will make sure I put it up on the gallery. So sometimes I'm a little bit forgetful with that, but that's because the gallery isn't a happy place these days. It is a frustrating place because it's kind of broken. Oh well, you work with what you got. So just starting the landscaping on, or not the landscaping, the decorating on the outside back area. I did want to keep it kind of simple. It's not like a huge space either, so it did kind of evolve as I went along too. Oh, you know what? I absolutely love that little floaty, the floaty lounger that you get with the For Rent. I think you need to unlock it or buy it or something like that. I had the unlock entitlement thing on, so I could just pop it in. And same with that grill, super cute grill from the For Rent pack too. But yeah, so this outside area just sort of evolved quite a bit. You know, it's just one of those things when you're building, you start something, you have an idea, you work with something, and then it just kind of, you know, you don't like something about it, so then you change it, and then you don't like something else about it, and then you change that, and it just sort of, yeah, kind of evolves as you go along. And this is very much the case of what happened here. So you see these stairs are slowly shrinking, and then they will, yeah, basically shrink down to one wide. I will put some stairs, a couch in front of the fireplace just to create a cute little seating area. I've got some plants running up the side there just to make it practical as well, because if you're putting Sims in here, you want it to be practical as well as pretty, I think. So, you know, there's no reason why you can't have both. So I do like to think about these things, like the practical play of the building when I'm building as well, because I'd like to think that they're usable. Sometimes, you know, you mess things up, or you forget something. I forget things all the time, but, you know, or you just miss something when you play test it or whatever. But yeah, for the most part, I feel like I get it okay and make my builds fairly playable. So I hope that is the case. I do sometimes play in them. So the ones I have played in seemed okay to me. So just getting a fire sprinkler system in there. And if you're not aware of the fire sprinkler system, it is something that is base game, and you can actually just attach it somewhere in the house, doesn't matter where. Behind the fridge is actually a good one. I do like that placement idea, rather than having it on the outside of the building where it's quite ugly. It is quite neat to just hide it behind like an appliance or something like that on the inside, and then if there is a fire, the sprinklers will actually come down. You've got to have a ceiling. So I am not too sure if you have, like, you know how sometimes you can have like a the bottom floor and like you take off the top floor above it and have like an open floor sort of thing across 2 levels. I'm not sure if it works in that instance. I have not tried it, although I do want to do more builds with like that open sort of floor plan, kind of second floor, first floor, open sort of thing going on. I do want to play around with that for a little bit. So that might be something I think about coming up for some of the builds. I did do a lot of building over the Christmas break, so I've got a lot of builds and editing to catch up on. I just got in a real vibing place with building because I find it really relaxing, and yeah, just chilling out and building is just kind of my Sims happy place. So when I had some gaming time and I was just chilling out over the holidays, I was just sort of sitting there and building away, and ended up with a whole lot of builds I need to either finish editing or whatever, as you do when you're having fun. You just keep on going, don't you? So I'm just working on the floor plan on the interior. I did skip over some of the nitty gritty kind of just fiddly things on the outside. Added a little bit of furniture here and there and just fixed a few things, but yeah, essentially that was the outside done. So it's time to move on the inside and work out the floor plan. So I'm just had the stair placement already sorted now that I'm talking about it. It took me a little while actually to work it out. And now I'm just working on the downstairs area. I just sort of placing the fridge so I remember that I'm going to do a kitchen there. And then going into actually making the kitchen. So I decided to use the Jungle Adventure kitchen. I am in love with that set at the moment. I don't know what it is. Actually, I do know what it is. It's because I'm building in Tomarang a lot, and I feel like the Jungle Adventure pack actually suits, does really actually vibe with that that world. So I'm finding the Jungle Adventure pack super useful at the moment as far as building goes, and I love that dark brown and the white. I think it's actually a gorgeous little Christmas set kitchen set. And if you didn't know, if you go into what is it, shelving, I can't remember, displays anyway, if you go into the display section, there is a couple of extra kitchen things from the Jungle Adventure set in there, which is what you can see me placing there. So they don't actually come up under the kitchen, but if you go look under the shelving and displays, they do come up under there, and you can actually put them in with the kitchen stuff. Not all the colours match, which is frustrating. You know, when it's one of those Sims 4 frustrations where sometimes the woods don't match even within a pack. And that is the case with some of the swatches. Like some of the swatches of the wood just do not match each other with the shelves, and then going into like the kitchen counters and stuff. And that is like certainly a thing that I do like to have matching, is the like kitchen counters with any shelving and stuff that would go with it. So yeah, a little frustrating, but there is a couple of swatches that are usable, that do work with the counters quite nicely. So have a look at those, because they are actually really nice. And I love, like, if you have a look above the sink there, you can see one of the shelves, and it has like little wine glasses and stuff hanging down in the plates by the side. The other pack that has that is the Island Living actually has like some kitchen shelves in the shelving display section as well. So I couldn't tell you off the top of my head what the swatches are like, but it's probably the same situation. I haven't used those in a while, but yeah, those are actually super handy just to mix up what you have in the kitchen and just, yeah, do something a little bit different, I think. So what I'm doing is brown and white, and then I'm mixing in a touch of dark green. So you'll sort of see this evolve, particularly with the color of the walls and stuff, how that sort of works as the build goes. I really wanted to do that that Jungle Adventure table with the matching seating, because it matched the bar seats, but yeah, it was a space issue. So yeah, it was a bit of a struggle. Also, I'm about to get rid of those lights. I try so much to make those Dream Home Decorator lights work. I think every time I use them, I end up deleting them. I don't know. I like them, but also I just find them hard to use. I don't know why. Anyway, I found these other lights, which I really, really did like, and I think worked really nicely with the build. And if you ask me what pack they're from, I don't know the answer. I can't tell you off the top of my head. I feel like it must be Jungle Adventure, but I could be wrong. So yeah, the wallpaper will evolve. I don't keep that green. And now I am just looking at what I can find for a couch. I was just trying to work out how much green I wanted in the room, like how much green is too much green. At the moment it's too much green, but that's all right. As I said, that will evolve and we will change that. And then it was, I did really struggle with finding woods and stuff that matched. It was just like it's a wood matching issue, because I sort of had like quite a bit of wood in the furnishings, and then I just wanted it to, you know, kind of all look like they all belong together, but it was a bit of a struggle just finding that stuff that really matched. Now that's the blank space, that's the blank shelving that you get with Jungle Adventure as well, and that's in the shelving displays too. Same area as the extra kitchen stuff that I was just talking about. So you can use those for a variety of things, which is quite nice. The glass actually had a little green tinge to it, so I thought that actually really worked as far as the coffee table goes, although kind of vibe-wise, not exactly what I wanted, but colour-wise, I think it just sort of worked nicely with the room. I was really struggling with that round table. I knew there wasn't enough space for me to have that round table, and I was like, oh, I like the round table, but it's just not working. And I needed that sort of that space there to create my little entertainment area. Otherwise I probably would have put the dining table behind there, but I don't know. It was just the layout of the room and how it all worked out. So I'm just using the immaculate shelving just to raise it above the TV, just to make it look like an actual entertainment unit. And it's just the basic base game bookshelves that I'm using there. So now I am trying to work out what I want to do with the room. So I'm actually going white on the walls. So it's the base game. It's kind of got those triangles through it. The white is actually quite nice. The other colors I do find a little challenging, but the white is really nice as a wallpaper. And I'm still trying to make that work, and I'm going to give up eventually and switch it. Oh yeah, rugs. You know, there's not enough green swatches in the game. I want more green swatches. It's like a lot more blue than there is green, and I don't know why that is, but it is the case. It is much easier to find, I think, really good blue swatches than it is to find really good green swatches, and it's one of those things. I don't know why. I think I couldn't find like a table in the color that I wanted. I'm just thinking that just looks like a long table, so why did I do it as 3 for rent tables? Like the little square ones. I don't know. I don't know why I did it like that. But I did it like that, so that's the way it works. So just trying to find a rug that I like, and that is a struggle, that is real. So yeah, getting there though, making some progress on the room. You can sort of see it coming together. I love the touches of green. I think having the green walls was just too much, but by sort of bringing in you know, the sort of the dark green rug, and you've got the green upholstery on the chairs, I think that works really nicely. I'm just changing the couch because I wasn't happy with it being black. I think it was actually quite tricky trying to find a couch that was dark, like had the right dark brown wood. See, I like that, but I didn't want the red cushions. You know, it's just like if we had separate cushions that we could just like put on couches and customize our own cushions, I mean, yeah, our own couches by adding cushions as we wanted to, I mean, that would be amazing. I would love to be able to do that in Sims. I know you certainly can with custom content with CC, but actually being able to do it as part of like base game Sims, being able to customize your couches with cushions, that would be great. I mean, I know we got the cushions in the Modern Luxe kit, and those are certainly great, and I could have used those, this is true, but you do need to lift them up and they kind of float in the air, and it would be nice if you like if the couches had like slots on them so that you could add the cushions without it looking like it's floating in midair if you do move the, you know, move the couch or whatever. I don't know, it's just one of those little simple dreams of mine. So simple dreams like a working gallery and, you know, little bits and pieces that you can customize in game. I mean, the game is great. There's a lot you can do with it, and it is a pretty amazing game. But it would be nice to actually have everything that should be working actually working well, so that when they do bring in new things, yeah, I would probably like to have less new things and more things that are fixed. But I get from a profitability point of view, that's probably not going to happen. But, you know, dream on, dream on. So I'm just creating like a little kind of home office area, just working on things that have the dark wood. Once again, just looking for the right kind of green and the right kind of wood. It's a journey. I was just looking through all sorts of computers because some of the unlock ones are quite interesting because I never really use them. So I was just having a wee look at those. But yeah, I was really happy with how that little office area came together. I'm just looking for something just to pull the last bit all together and fill that little space right there. And look, that little elephant wall hanging that we got with for rent is the actual perfect thing. Then I was looking for an armchair that actually would work with the rest of the room, because there wasn't much. Oh, there we go. It's the for rent one. There wasn't too much that actually did work aside from that one. But there is that one, and it did work, so happy days. So I do find that the for rent and the jungle adventure packs do work really nicely together as far as like the dark woods and, you know, that sort of thing goes. So they are quite a good match. So if you are looking to build in Tomarang and the with the for rent pack, have a look at the jungle adventure pack if you've got that as well, because I think you might find that quite useful to zhuzh up your build if that's what you've got in mind. Yes, the eternal search for a rug I like. That is a search that I continue to pursue. I wasn't sure. I quite liked this rug. I just wasn't sure about the red, but I think I just end up going with it because I felt like it did really work. So that's when I sort of started thinking about whether or not I pulled like a tiny little touch of red in there. So that's why I used the flowers on the table. So just getting the wallpaper on the rest of the house and the tiles in the other bathrooms. There's actually going to be 3 bathrooms. So I wasn't right about that. I think I was thinking of a different build. So there's 3 bathrooms and 1, 2, because there's a study. So that one at the front is a study. I remember that. And the one at the back is a bedroom that connects to the bathroom. So there's 1 bedroom downstairs, and I think 2 bedrooms upstairs possibly. So it might be 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. It is a good size build, so that doesn't surprise me. It's a decent size build. What did I build this on? It must be a 30 by 20 lot. I don't think it was a huge lot. So it would make sense to me that this would be a 30 by 20. Anyway, going back to it, because I'm not using any of the kits or anything like that, I'm just using the pieces that I had within sort of the base game. And oh yeah, I was mucking around with having something above the mirror. And it was a little bit painful to do because of the size of the hallway and stuff, and trying to move things through the wall, and I was just like, that's not working. Just using the thermostat from Seasons and getting the light switches in. I don't always remember the light switches, but I am trying these days to remember. I know they're just like that little extra touch of realism that people like to have in their houses. Even though you can't use them, they are nice to have. They're just that, yeah, cute little touch. Just nice. So yeah, definitely 2 bedrooms upstairs, 2 bathrooms upstairs, and then 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom downstairs, plus a study. So if you wanted to convert this to a 4 bedroom, I think you probably could easily enough. Just, yeah, turn the study into the 4th bedroom. So you could easily fill this up with a lot of Sims. And it's not that big a build, but it's a decent size. And I mean, if you're renting it out, I mean, you could do that too. So you could change the study into an extra bedroom and just rent that out. Also, I have discovered that, I mean, if you're not too worried about doing the for rent aspirations, like the events and that sort of thing, you don't actually need like the water heater and the fuse box or anything. So yeah, you can actually play without those, because I have been playing a personal game of the Drifter Challenge. So I've just been playing, I was playing that over the Christmas holidays. Just started that, and I ended up starting it 3 times because of reasons. Mostly glitches. Actually, it was wholly glitches. I had glitches. Anyway, I was renting it. I was building my #1 house and rented it out, but didn't build like the water closet with the water heater and the fuse box in it. I just kind of rented it out as is with what they had, and it was absolutely fine. There was no problems with it whatsoever. They didn't complain about having no heating or no water or anything like that. So I assume that you kind of only need the water heater and the fuse box for like maintenance events and stuff like that. So if you wanted those, then by all means have them in the game. But if you're not too bothered about it, then you don't necessarily need to have a water heater or a fuse box for the game to run as a rental. So there you go. That's a little tip for you if you're interested in the for rent pack but didn't want all the drama. I don't know. You probably do, because it's The Sims 4 and you're going to get drama no matter what. So, this little study I was trying to make into sort of like a kind of a activity room, sort of half gym, half study. I think I end up keeping the boxing thing but get rid of the treadmill maybe. I don't know, maybe I keep it all. I just wanted to make it like a fun little room, like hangout room where you could do your activities, you know, get your fitness up, get your brain skills up, have some fun, you know how it is. And it'll be a nice fun room for the Sims. So curtains, then I had to make the decision on what I wanted to do with curtains. So I'm looking at, what is that, Seasons, I think, maybe Dream Home Decorator, Seasons, I think, anyway. Oh yeah, I did get rid of the treadmill because it was kind of poking through the curtains and was like quite clunky and big. And I figured, you know, like the boxing kind of does the same thing anyway, as far as skills and that go. So didn't really need to have both in the room. But yeah, I did want to like put in some seating in that corner just to make it, you know, a little bit more comfy. And obviously put in a guitar because that's another skill that would work. I was really struggling with what to do with a wall, like decorating the walls, because there isn't a whole heap that in green, if you know what I mean. Like there's a real limited, particularly with the packs that I was using, there was a real limitation in what I had available that would work. So I did struggle with the walls a little bit. I just, oh man, I would love an art kit so much, or an art update, like an entire update to art in base game. Oh, that would be glorious. I so struggle with art. Oh, it's a tough one. Anyway, so we're on to the last, or second to last bedroom downstairs. Oh, I was just mucking around with the walls again, trying to decide what I wanted to do there. So this bedroom downstairs is going to be got a double bed. And I think I go with like the, I'll wait till we get to it. Yeah, that one there. That's super cute. I really love that color green, and it ended up working really nicely with the chocolate walls. If I ever decide what kind of walls I want to keep, sometimes, you know, you're just building away, and you're just indecisive about what's going to work and what's not. You know, you flick between like 2 things, and you're like, is this? Do I like this? Do I like this? Do I like this? And yeah. Sometimes you just cannot decide, and that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So I think those side tables are from Jungle Adventure, and I think they are actually really cute little side tables. I just wish the side tables, the end tables, whatever you want to call them, were a lot less clunky, because they're so big in comparison to like the furniture around them. Like you put them next to an armchair or a bed, as I've got there, and they just look so big and clunky. So, you know, that could be the nicest end table in the world, but it's really hard to avoid the big and clunky thing when it's just a little bit oversized, you know. They just need to be that degree smaller than what they are in the game. I don't know why they're so big. I mean, I guess if I had Tool or something like that, though, I don't know. You get in, like, if you start shrinking furniture, you get into the whole issue of then you can't put stuff on top, or if you put stuff on top, you've got to fuss around with getting it on top, and I don't know. It just gets into a whole palaver. It's a whole thing, and sometimes you just don't want to get into a whole thing. You just want to, you know, chill out and just place some pretty things and make a house look pretty. So yeah, I do actually have the tool mold installed. I just have not used it as yet. I don't, there isn't a particular reason why I haven't. I just haven't been in the headspace to just try and work it out, or I don't know. But I am interested in how that all works and stuff. I do like the sort of idea of being able to spin things and do some like different building ideas, but I also really like the idea of maximizing what I can do within the power of the game as it is, if that makes sense. So I do like the challenge of building with the limitations that the game has, and really challenging myself to push those limitations out as far as I can. So, you know, when you're using a mod like Tool, yeah, it's just kind of, it's an easy way around that, and it's less of a challenge. I don't know, that's just kind of how I view it. I don't think there's anything wrong with using Tool at all. I mean, go for it. I don't mind. It's just my personal weird, like to be challenged take on building, I think. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of got it installed, and I did want to look at it, because, you know, there's some amazing things that you can do with Tool, and I think it's an amazing, I think it's, from what I've seen of builds that use Tool and builders that use Tool, I mean, you can do some amazing things with it. I just don't know if personally I want to use it. I think that's really what my hesitation with using Tool has been. I really just don't know whether or not it's going to be something I want to use. I think I could, but if I want to, that's really what it comes down to. And that's sort of the nuts and bolts of my thoughts on Tool. I think it's pretty amazing, but whether or not I want to use it, I don't know, because I do like to show what I can do within the limits of the game. And yes, it's using the move objects cheat, but I think it's pretty standard for everyone to be able to use it and to have access to that. Like, consoles can use that cheat as well. So, you know, I think that's kind of like part of the game and the culture of the game now. But, you know, console players can't use the mods and that sort of thing. So does that give me an unfair advantage? I don't know. You know, just waffling. So moving on to the last room downstairs, we've got the bathroom. So I am using the Ain't That Slate range from Seasons, as well as, I thought I was using the Jungle Adventure shower, but I'm not. I'm using the Ain't That Slate shower as well. So I'm just using the whole set, and the Tomarang mirror. I really do like those tiles with the white walls. I think they look really nice, because I think that just little tiny touch of green is absolutely perfect with this build, because the white still works in with, like, you know, how the kitchen, I had the brown and the white, and you got like the brown with the doors. Yeah, so I think that actually just using the little touches of green work really nicely without going, you know, too far with the green, like, you know, not going over the top by having sort of green tiles and stuff. I think the white actually allows the green to pop a little bit more. I was just looking for something to put on that wall there. Struggle Street. As I mentioned, I was just really struggling with stuff with a green kind of vibe to it to go on the walls. That's the downstairs done. So we've got 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms left upstairs. So I think the bathroom's going to be kept pretty basic. Just going to keep with the Ain't That Slate range, and yeah, get those in there with the toilet and the sink and the shower. I don't think I put a bath in here at all. Pretty sure I don't, because I don't think I really have space. I'm just trying to see the size of the second bathroom. I'm pretty sure that's like a 3x2. So if you're doing a 3x2, obviously it's just a little too squishy for a bath. You got to go with showers. I do prefer showers to play with in Sims anyway, to baths, personally. Anywho. Oh yeah, I decided to go with like a brighter green in this room, like a lime green. There was a reason for that. I was just mixing it up. Oh, that's right, because each of the rooms I just sort of did like different shades of green. So like matched the bathroom to the bedroom in terms of the shades and stuff. So that's why I did that. I remember now. So you're going to see like in each of the bathrooms, yeah, those different little shades. So one of the bathrooms is going to be quite lime, and the other one's going to be a lot more mellow in terms of the greens. As you can see there. Just getting the little touches of the robes and the rack. And then going into, so like this bedroom here off to the side, that is going to be the softer green. No, the brighter green. No. I don't know what I'm doing. I thought I was like doing it matching, but maybe I'm not. I know definitely the other bedroom is going to be a bright lime. I thought this was a softer green, but maybe I didn't go softer green in this one. Error. The other one I definitely matched with the lime, so that's okay. It'll all come together, but this bedroom has a lovely fireplace, so I'm going to create like a little fireplace nook so where they can sit there and enjoy the fire on a cold evening. I did, well, I mean, to be fair, this is Tomarang, so you're probably not going to get that, like, too many cold evenings. So you probably don't need the amount of fires that I put in here, but, yeah, well, it's what I did anyway. So I just actually went quite light, like with the lights and lights. I went bright with the accessories and went just white with the main furnishings, and I thought that sort of pop of green worked really nicely. So I did struggle with like the curtains. I struggled straight with the curtains. I ended up like I think I skipped over this because it was a little bit fiddly, but I put some blinds over those thin windows that I've got there above the dresser. So I ended up like shrinking down some blinds and going across, but it was actually quite fiddly to do because I had to line them up and they were all, yeah, it was a bit painful to do. But I did it anyway, and I think it ended up looking quite good. Because there isn't like in the range of curtains that I had with the limited packs that I was using, there wasn't a lot that was really good curtain wise. That would actually, there isn't in general a lot of stuff that is good curtain wise that covers those like thin windows. But you know, you just tweak things and make things work and use your little shrink down option. And I thought this little cool hanging area underneath the window actually looked quite neat. I was quite happy with this. It's a little bit something different. I don't think I've ever really done something like that before, so I was like, you know what, that's actually a neat idea. I quite like it. So that was my feelings on that. So we just about finished this bedroom and then on to the last bedroom. So these came together pretty quickly. I think there's a point in the build once you know your color palette and yeah, you really settle into the decoration and how that's all going to work for you. You can sort of like knock out the rest of the build, but like quite often like the first room or first two rooms can be quite fiddly because you're trying to establish what the vibe is that you're going for, what colors you're going for, what your options are, you know, that sort of thing. So yeah, they can be a lot more fiddlier than like, you know, your later rooms where you sort of know what you have to work with and you just knock it out. I find that anyway. That might not be the case for everyone, but that is for me. And I just got a little hall area at the top, so there was like, I shrunk it down, but there was like a shadow, so I just made it bigger. And then into the final bedroom, and I'm going quite limey on this. those bushes were bothering me outside. Anyway, so this was like kind of made like a natural dresser area for me. So I was like, well, you know what, this would be a good little area just to create a wardrobe out of, because it's just kind of in behind that wall, so that worked quite nicely. And I did use the Dream Home Decorator pack as well, so I brought that into it, I think, a little bit later, because I decided I wanted to be able to hang the clothing, as you can see there. And there was a few other things I wanted to use the Dream Home Decorator pack for. So, you know, it's just one of those packs that is really flexible and good just for some of the basics. I feel like there's quite a lot of stuff, like, you know, just being able to hang clothes in particular. That's something that, I mean, I know we've got the decorative version, but having the actual version which is usable would be really good in base game. And having more, well, any options in base game where you could actually build shelving units together. I mean, I think that would be, you know, just like there's little small things that they've done in packs that I feel like really should be base game. But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, at this point, we have so many packs, and a lot of people have those packs, so it's kind of like, well, you know, I think maybe we're a bit past it all. The game's been around for a long time now. I mean, the chances are we are not going to get it fixed, and that's fine. We'll just have to love it as is. So, yeah, just doing some shelving above these cute little curtains. I shrunk those down. Those are base game, and I thought they worked really nicely shrunk above the bed, so that's what I went with, and just using base game lime blinds as well, just to bring that room together. It's quite bright, but I think it works quite nicely. I mean, I don't think I could probably pull in any other color into that room. It's kind of like a base game kind of feel to the room a little bit. That's what I sort of felt after I finished building. Is like, you know, it feels a little bit base gamey, but it's actually, yeah, there's a bit of stuff in there that isn't base game, so I don't know. It's one of those things. It does. Sometimes some of the base game stuff just works, so sometimes you just use it. I'm actually thinking in hindsight I went with that rug, but I actually quite like the white rug. Oh well. If I remember, I could go back and change it. If I don't, then it is what it is. I mean, I don't mind that colour rug, but I think the white looked a little better. But anyway, we are done, so it is time for a tour. So this is the outside of our build. You can sort of see like all the plants and the landscaping, which took me ages to work on. Got there in the end though. And you can see the sunroof over the top there, and around the back, and then going right around to the front again. And then I think it is time to just about head inside. Oh no, I'm going back round again. Back around the side. Oh, there we go. There's a better look at the sunroof there. So you can sort of see that there. There's some of the landscaping I did around the back, and put some benches along the side of the pool as well, just to add some seating in there. And coming back around the front, you can sort of see the rest of the landscaping, and then going inside. So that's our hall area, going into the kitchen. I love the kitchen. I love how that came together. I'm super proud of that kitchen. I think it's the prettiest picture. I would love that kitchen in real life. And then you sort of see over the living area into the dining room back there. I love that kitchen. I think just that pop of dark green just really works with it as well. That's our little study area going through to our entertainment area. And then you can sort of see the dining area there in the background as well. So, you know, it is very much an open space, but I think it's lovely. Downstairs bathroom. So we've got like the muted sort of green there, and then going into the downstairs bedroom. So I do have the filter in when I'm taking these photos. So the green is a little off. I actually decided that I probably need to change my filter for when I'm using greens, because it just didn't quite work. Actually, I think maybe later in the photo shoot I changed it, because this looks like a little different. Maybe not, who knows. So then going upstairs, we're in the bathroom, and this is the first of the bathrooms, and then into the first of the bedrooms. And I think I love that little poof, and I think it's a super cute bedroom actually. I think I would call this the master bedroom. It's my favourite bedroom out of the three. and then the second bathroom upstairs, and then through to the second bedroom, which is more of a lime bedroom. It doesn't look so lime in the pictures, but it is lime. And then that is about our build. There we go. There's some of the lime, so you can see it in the proper shade. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye bye.